Welcome, welcome. This is David Parra with AARP Arizona. We have our good friend Gina Roberts. All right, let's get started. So, how about the election security? Because again, 20 and elections in 2020. I mean, I think even to this day, there's still a lot of talk about that election. Can you share a little bit about the facts and myths about the election security?
Of course, David. And so this is, directly related to what we were just talking about with misinformation and disinformation. So voters, it's okay to have concerns. We want you to be involved because at the end of the day, it's your vote, right? And so
Hmm.
we want to make sure that you have confidence that your vote counts. And so this is where we encourage you to this website or contact us directly so we can help give you that information and address your concerns. And so some of the myths that we're seeing out there that we want
Hmm.
to provide the facts for. These are just a few examples here, David. So we can talk about
Okay.
ballot by mail. So in Arizona, there's this myth that ballots automatically go out to everybody, that ballots are
Mm.
just sent to every voter. That's not automatically sent out to anyone. They only go to registered voters requested that ballot by mail. So it's very important.
Okay.
The other myth is ballots aren't verified. That's not true. All ballots are verified. So one ballot can be counted per registered voter. That's it. And their identity is confirmed through their signature. All ballots go through signature. We've heard concerns about what we've heard being called ballot dumps. And so
Mm.
this is we often hear, David, that voters are concerned, oh, early ballots aren't counted. That's not true. So on election night, 8 p.m. when we start to get our first round of results, right? We'll see this large dump of votes come in, if you will, and those are
Right.
all the early ballots that have been processed and
Mm.
verified.
Okay.
Yeah, so it
Makes sense.
actually, yeah, we're showing that those early ballots really are counted. And then another myth too is that drop boxes aren't secured. So drop boxes absolutely are secured. They're locations. So there's a lot of great information we have about the security of drop boxes. And in fact, they're a great resource for voters who maybe if they didn't get the chance to mail their ballot in time because it has to be received by 7 p.m. on election day, a ballot drop box is a resource. So there's, a few of those facts versus myths about ballot by mail. And then we have regarding non-citizens voting.
Mm.
So you have to provide documentary proof of citizenship if you want to vote in Arizona elections, if you want to vote in our state and local elections. Copy of your birth certificate, a copy of your passport. You must provide that. So the counties are verifying that. Federal elections, you have to attest under penalty of perjury that you're a citizen. Citizenship verification absolutely does occur for state of Arizona elections. We often hear from voters who have concerns about this. Well,
Hmm.
you don't have to be a citizen to get a driver's license, and you only need a
Right.
driver's license to register to vote. Well, there's behind the scenes that are being
Okay.
done. So
Okay.
absolutely, those driver's licenses have a specific designation. They have a class
Mm.
designation on them that the counties are looking for to confirm that. Then when we talk about identification, there's a myth that ID isn't required. That's not true. Anytime you vote
Mm.
in person, you must show ID. You must present that poll worker with ID. Or if you're voting ballot by mail, you must provide your signature. Your signature serves as your ID. And then finally, David, I think one of the most common ones that we hear lately are in regards to ballot tabulation. Oh, the machines are hooked up to the internet and they can be hacked and votes can be changed. That's
Right.
not
Right.
true. That is a myth.
Mm.
The fact is, our tabulation machines, they are what we call air gapped, meaning they are not connected to the internet in any way, shape, or form. Again, our tabulation machines are not connected to the internet. We also hear about ballot tabulation. Provisional ballots don't count. That's not true. All provisionals are sent to the county for verification. If they confirm you are eligible to vote, it will count. We even hear concerns about ballots being shredded. So
Mm.
ballots, they do have in Arizona, we have a retention period for them. So after they go through their official tabulation, they are kept secure by the county treasurer, and they are absolutely not shredded. So these are, again, just some examples of concerns that we hear from voters that we wanted to help clear up.
Great, great information. Now, help me understand here, Gina. So there are some positions in government that are, you could say, partisan. When a new person is elected, they bring in their own staff, so to speak. Out of this four entities that you mentioned that are responsible for the elections in Arizona. What can you tell us about the partisan thing? Are these entities that involve partisanship? What happens when a new party comes in? I mean, can you say a little something about that?
Yeah, that's actually a really great question, David. And I hope this helps provide voters with some confidence. We do have some elected positions, which are partisan positions that are involved in elections. The Secretary of State. The Secretary of State is a partisan, it is an elected position. And so the person who is in office could be a member of a political party. Our county recorders are elected positions as well, meaning they could have a election directors are appointed by the county board of supervisors,
Okay.
which could potentially be bipartisan. So with these entities, it's important to remember in Arizona we have what's called an elections procedures manual, and this procedures manual determines how elections are conducted, and it is required very often throughout the process that bipartisan teams are handling the ballots. That way, there's
Hmm.
never just one political party in control of them. We always have bipartisan staff involved when it comes to tabulation, when it comes to reviewing the ballots. When we bring in poll workers and our friends and neighbors who are serving as board workers, they are always set up to be bipartisan teams. When we're doing ballot duplication, bipartisan team. So that's a great question because even though we may have partisan figureheads in those roles, the reality is the actual conduct and the process of elections and tabulation, it is all done throughout bipartisan teams, and political parties can have observers as well too. So you have an observer from the opposite political party who is there, or the same political party too. They are allowed to come in and observe the process as well.
Thank you so much, Gina.
You're welcome, David.
Thank you.